Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So on this occasion, I would like to share my thoughts how our astroscience is going to help individual to self-management crisis. So self-management crisis is a very big task nowadays. Every individual suffering from mismanagement. So self-management, astro insight is my topic. So I would like to share a few astroscience techniques on this issue. All of us know the Jyotisha deals with only 12 bhavas, 12 rashis, 27 nakshatras and 9 grahas. So by considering only these 4 major factors, we are analyzing anything to everything, all sorts of problems we are analyzing. So for self-management, how our astroscience is going to help individually, let us concentrate. So for this, I am considering only Karakatvas and in each house. For example, we have got a 12 house. In 12 houses, I am selecting few Karakatvas and I am going to explain the necessity of self-management required in each house. So let us begin with the Lagna. So individual journey starts with Lagna. Lagna is nothing but entry to this Mother Earth. So Lagna represents the self and Lagna represents the status of the person and the soul, the purpose of the soul, why he has come to this Mother Earth. So that we are dealing with Lagna. So Lagna has got a very good important in Jyotisha. So if Lagna is not at all there, then the individual itself is missing. So hence Lagna is quite important before analyzing any bhava. So as I told, Lagna is self, and this self is going to manage the other 11 houses. Means from second bhava to 12 bhava, this Lagna, the person, the individual is going to manage these 11 houses. By considering each bhava few Karakatvas, we will discuss how the self-management is going to, whether it is going to successful or not, management or mismanagement. Let us discuss. So Lagna is self, 11 is he has to manage, that is called self-management. So Lagna is managing the other 11 houses. The first, let us concentrate on the second bhava. The second bhava represents the family, speech, food, money, basic education and our eyes. These are the main Karakatvas. Along with these Karakatvas of each bhava, we have to correlate this with the Karakas. That is important here. When the particular, when the second house is indicating some problem, means it doesn't mean that all Karakatvas are going to become problematic. So for each Karakatva, a Karaka is different. For example, in second house, family is there. When family is there, Shukra is Karaka. When speech comes, Buddha is Karaka. When food comes, Chandra is Karaka. Money comes, Jupiter is Karaka. Eyes, Sun and Moon Karakas. And basic education, again Buddha Karaka. So here we have to consider the family. What is the necessity of managing the family? That is important. We have to see the family, the cordial relationship among the family members. The speech method, that means the impact of the speech of an individual affecting the family member, that speech management is required. And the food management, what type of food that person is consuming, that is also a matter so much. And the money management is utmost important in a modern world. And basic education, So what is this basic education? Basic education is nothing but a samskara of the family. So the behavior pattern, the behavior skills of the person. Some people will misbehave badly with others. All these things come from family background. So hence the second house has got these type of karakatvas. And let us concentrate third bhava now. So in third bhava, what is there? After second house, the third house is courage is there, communication, writing skills, kobans, and of course communication skills of a person. It's very much required. So management of communication is highly importance in these days. So courage. Without courage, how can you manage things? So hence courage management is required, communication management is required, writing management. So you should know what to write, what not to write, how to write, everything. So this represents by third house. And the kobans, definitely this is very much required. We are seeing in nowadays the collision and difficulties and mismanagement, misunderstanding between brothers, kobans, sisters, all these things. So hence the third house is going to manage with all these things. For courage, Kuja is Karaka, communication, Buddha is Karaka, writing, Buddha is Karaka again, kobans, Kuja is Karaka. And what is the necessity of managing this third house? That is very much important here. The third house management, these things, the courage, communication, writing ability, all these things are going to introduce you to the modern world, the outer world. So hence, the managing things in the third bhava karakatvas plays a major role. And of course, we are not supposed to forget this third house because it is a 8th house to 8th house. Hence, this is also called as a death management. So the indications of the death is also there from the third house. So hence death management comes. So major karakas are for these bhavas are Kuja and Buddha. And let us consider the fourth house now. What is there in the fourth house? So happiness is utmost important. Why we are working for day and night together without considering the time sense, place sense. We were working all the 24/7 nowadays. Why? For our utmost happiness. And we need to have some conveyance. So to move from one place to another place, we should have our own conveyance or public conveyance or whatever it is. How this conveyance management comes to a person. Sometimes a person buys a vehicle, somebody is going to theft, he is going to lose, or some vehicles met with accident immediately. So why the conveyance management? Whether the person has got an ability to have his own conveyance or not, that we are checking with the fourth house. And of course education, this is important. Lot of students are suffering from the education failures. Why? How? Whether they are maintaining their education system properly or not, one can understand with the help of the fourth house. And of course there are emotions of the person, emotions, whether my emotions are matching with the others' emotions, or otherwise one person is struggling, another person is enjoying, and one person is sacrificing all his life. If nobody will understand one's emotions, all these things we have to analyze with the fourth house, because fourth house is the deepest part of the inner personality. Fourth house is a pathala. So of course the property, and so because nowadays everybody is investing on the property, but nobody takes care. After 4 or 5 years or 10 years afterward, they are going to see and somebody is going to come and occupy. And the property management is required. Whether the property what I am going to acquire now, whether it is I am eligible to acquire so much property or not, nobody is thinking on this area. And the property management comes. Ultimately, the most important another one is mother, Matrudeva Bhava, Karakatva, mother is also there in the fourth house, and taking care of the mother. Who is managing the mother's parents? Nobody is managing nowadays, and they are living the father, mother, aged persons in a old age house, and they are going once in a year and saying Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. Is it our samskara? No. And the fourth house is responsible for the management of this mother's happiness, education, conveyance, property, all other happiness, everything comes. And the major karakas for this fourth house is Chandra, Shukra. And let us move to further. The fifth house. The fifth house is your intellectual ability. So we need to have a proper intellect ability to become successful in this modern world. And intuition is very much required for an astrologer. Intuition, without intuition we cannot. So absence of intuition leads to go for a tuition. So that is the modern trend nowadays is going on. And inventions, new types of invention management, memory management, it is most important. You should have keep at least some say 60 to 70% of things happening things in your life in your memory. Otherwise it is very difficult. If you cannot able to recall the memory, it is very difficult. So mess up will be there. And of course the mantra is there. Mantra, mitra and medicine, these are all starts with M letter. So mantra management, we should Jyotishi should know what type of mantra I should able to chant, or I should able to make siddhi of the mantra. And mitras means friend circles. We can identify whether this person is having a good friends or bad friends. Friendship management also comes from the fifth house. And of course the medicine for curative purpose. When they got the ill, the medicine is also there. Vaidya is also there from the fifth house. This is the major karakas handled by two karaka grahas, Mercury and Jupiter. And let us move on to sixth house. Sixth house has got a very good karakatvas which is required every day. It keep on putting you in challenges. That is called roga. Roga is a very, we are not, see nowadays this modern science is not in a position to identify what type of diseases comes, why it comes, how it comes. It's very difficult for them to identify. So they are tying up their hands and they are looking for the solution. It's very difficult, and we should management, health management comes in the sixth house, roga. We are not supposed to get into the disease so easily. So, and then ripu means enmity. Enmity is there in every step of a person. You put one step ahead, another one enemy comes and pulls your leg. So this is enemies, how to win over this enemy management, about what type of enemy I may have in my life, whether it is a female enemy or a male enemy or a government enmity or a person enmity, whatever it is, either a family enmity, whatever it comes, we have to check with this sixth house. Hence we should know how to manage the enmity. So enmity you need not worry, because enemy is the person you know already, because today's enemy is previous days is your friend only. So hence the friend becomes enemy. So hence you know the complete details of the enemy. You need not worry. You should know how to manage the things. That's all. So he is making enemy with you for what? For your growth. For your suppose X person growth very fast in his life, and Y is making enemy because of his progress. That is also there. So and Runa means debts. So many people are taking loans, loan after the loan, paying huge amount for the property, these things, and they are buying this thing. Suppose after a few months they are going to lose the jobs, and again they are not in a position to pay this Runa debts, then they are stuck up. And then they should know what type of debts I can have in my life, what is the percentage of debt I can go. That everybody has to check in this sixth house. And challenges in life, most important challenges. So today you see that our JAISA students are taking a very good challenge conducting this Astro seminar during this corona. It is very appreciable. So this challenges and service to other, it's also coming here. So Jyotisha is also coming under service. We should know what type of service you should give to the society. So what type of service you should give to the family. The service management comes here. And again the conflicts with other person. So there is no chance one will have enmity, one will have conflicts in life. But if you understand the sixth house properly, you can manage these things you can manage easily. Otherwise it is very big problem for you. And let us move to the seventh house. So from 1 to 6 is one type of problems is directly connected to the native, and the seventh is other. The other starts from the seventh, means the other person comes here. Otherwise the other person, you may be your life partner, a business partner comes, he introduced here. So the 1 to 6 is all the Karakatvas or the managements is directly connected with the native, and the 7th onwards the other comes into picture. So here the life partner, business partner, trade and commerce, love relationships, anything which we are considering the other than me, everything is coming in 7th house. So from the 7th house the problem starts. Then we should be very careful while selecting the life partner, business partner. So many people are entering lot of problems because of the 7th house failure. So 7th house one has to manage properly the Karakatvas of the 7th, whether what type of spouse I may get, what type of business partner I may get, can I do the business or not, to whether the employment is suitable to me or a business is suitable to me. At the time the 7th house you have to management properly. So otherwise it's very difficult. The Karakas are Shukra is for the life partner and Buddha is for the business partner. The Buddha and Shukra is very important role they play on the 7th house. Why I am suggesting these Karakas mean, even though suppose the X bhava, any bhava under consideration is under problem. So it doesn't mean that whole Karakatvas gets into trouble. You just analyze the Karakas. For 7th house defect, Shukra is afflicted, 7th house problem, Shukra is afflicted, then marital problems will come, family problems will come. If 7th house is afflicted, Buddha is getting problem, then business partner will give a trouble to you. Like this you have to analyze with the Karakas. Without Karakas, simply Bhava analysis is very difficult. So this is why the 7th house has got everything to do. See this management, 7th house comes in business partner or life partner management things. Just can you imagine the natural zodiac? The 7th house is Libra. It's a equilibrium. So it's a managing things. So you have to manage properly the 7th house. Otherwise, the more problem will start connected with 2 to 6 bhavas. Then let us move to 8th house. What is there in the 8th house? Longevity is there, death is there, accidents, difficulties, occult studies. This is very good house for an astrologer. And meditation, deep meditation, dhyana, this 8th house should not be afflicted. And of course, unearned wealth. The second is earned wealth, and the opposite to second is 8th is called unearned wealth. Unearned wealth means money comes from nomination, money comes through insurance, money comes through GPA, money comes through lottery or hidden wealth. Everything comes here, and one needs to manage these things. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So some people will make a account in a bank, they will manage, they don't make a nomination at all. So their children are going to suffer. This nomination management is required here. So for Jyotishis, this is very much important house, because the 5th house and the 8th house jointly together gives a knowledge of Jyotisha. So occult meditation is very much important here, GPA. And for the health and concern, this is very bad house. Here only death comes. So health, the person suffering chronic ailments, that's also from the 8th house. So that is and we are not supposed to forget this 8th house, because 8th house is the 4th house to the 5th house. Can you understand? 8th house is the 4th house to the 5th house. Hence, the 5th house is the children, and the 4th house is the happiness of the children. Here, the person lies in ICU and suffering from a long chronic ailment. It is going to be a curse for their own children. The own children are suffering because of the aged parents' bad health. So hence we have to consider this 8th house at most important. One has to manage his accidents, difficulties, whatever it comes, everything here. And then what is there next comes 9th house. It is house of Dharma. So the guru, whether one person is going to get a good guru or not, he might be a bad guru. See, I have seen in my 20 years of experience in Jyotisha, I have many thousands of people, they have consulted me, PhD scholars who are doing this, their research. They are suffering because of the guide is not proper. Guide is very important. A guru is important, with if you have a proper guru in your life, that is the best blessings in one's life. So hence management of guru, where you are, whom you are approaching. And today you don't believe, 2 days class, 3 days class, 5 days class, weekly class, they are arranging and they are giving certificates in astrology. It is not so. So one has to go to a proper guru, and we can see from the ninth house whether this person is going to get a good guru or a good guide in his lifetime or not. Suppose if guru is not good, for your information, for employment, in employment, if ninth house is afflicted, guru is not good in your kundali, your manager is going to give a lot of trouble to you. That one has to understand. The manager, lot of people suffering from manager, guides are not supporting. So 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, even up to 10 years they are taking to do their complete PhD. So ninth house is should, because ninth house is the house of prosperity. So if the malefics are planets are posited, if the ninth house is afflicted or a guru is not well placed, your dharma is not good, your management is not good, your guru is not good. Of course, the ninth house is also a house of father. There is no support from the father. Sometimes the enmity between the father and the native will be there. So ninth house one has to consider effectively for managing things for the prosperity related. And of course, after this your charity comes, temple comes. Some people will go temple and some people may not go temple. So going temple regularly, addiction is also a mismanagement, and not at all going to temples is also a type of mismanagement. Hence you should be very careful for managing this ninth house. And the 10th house comes again the activity of the person. It is directly opposite to the 4th house. 4th house is the inner personality of a person, and the 10th house is the external qualities of a person, because it is will be always on the top of our head. 10th house, whenever the 10th house comes, it will be always on the top of our head, because we call it as an akasha. So that is why the highest in the whenever sun comes to the 12 noon, we call it as a sun is in 10th house. So if the sun is in 10th house, high brightness will be there, high prosperities will be there, your activity, everything will be very good at this during this time. A king represents from the 10th house, a government represents the 10th house. So some people will have a problems with the government. So what to do? You have to manage. One has to manage whether I am going to get a problems through government or not, through ministers or not, and rules and regulations. One may not follow the rules. One may not follow the rules and regulations properly. So this is all coming rules and regulations, and your prestige, your positions, everything comes in the 10th house. 10th house is the most important because it is the highest, strongest kendra among the 4 kendras. 1, 4, 7, 10. The 10th is the highest kendra, and the highest, strongest kendra is 10th house. This should be, one has to manage this 10th house. Otherwise, a lot of failures will come. So, person may be good in education but bad in employment. Many chances are there nowadays. All highly qualified, skilled personalities are suffering because 10th house defect. So, one has to manage the 10th house in these areas. And next comes the 11th house. It's a house of profit, gain, elder brother, wish fulfillment. So everybody wants profit, everybody wants to fulfill their wishes to be completed. Everybody, see, it's in their interest, everybody wants to fulfill their desires. Like this comes. So this 11th house is going to indicate whether you are going to fulfill your desire or not. You may work day and night, you may work n number of hours, that doesn't matter. Whether the wish comes to true or wish is going to fulfill, your dreams going to fulfill or not, we have to manage with the 11th house. And at the same time, this 11th house, you are not supposed to take it so easily. And everybody is considering the 11th house house of gain. No. Gain of what? It is a neutral house. 11th house is a neutral house. It is not an independent house. When 11th is connected to 6th, because 11th is 6 to 6. 11th bhava is house of 6 to 6. Roga, Roga we are telling, and we should be very careful. If you positive gain is also there, negative gain is also there. What is negative gain? One enemy is there, you will be another enemy will be added to you. One disease is there, another disease will add it to you. One loan is there, another loan is going to add it to you. So you should be very careful what type of gain one will. That sense that management is required. 11th house. And the last and not but not the least, the 12th house is loss. Means something is going to move out of the person, loss, long journey, the other land, the forest land, prison, hospital, and the moksha. We call it as an exit. So Lagna is an entry and the 12th house is an exit. So here the one secret is there. So 8th is death, and then why exit is there here? So 1 is birth, 8th is death, then once the death is there, why exit is required? So you should be surprised, no? So 8th is only death. Death means unfulfilled souls going to die in the 8th house. But the fulfilled means what? Spiritually fulfilled. Remember here correctly. The spiritually fulfilled, karma fulfilled personalities like Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa ji, Ramana Maharshi ji, they are all completed their karma. There is no further karma. They exit from this world itself. That is called 12th house is a highest spirituality, moksha, and exit from this world, from the mother earth. If the person dies in the 8th house, again he will born in the 1st house. This is called Punarapi Janana, Punarapi Marana, 1 to 8 and 8 to 1. But when a person crosses the 8th house and he moves to the 12th house, and a complete exit is required. So hence this 12th house is very important for the moksha. So you have to consider. See how beautifully they are designed these 12 houses. Each and everything comes under management. So we should give a big salute to our great rishis here. This is not ours property, and this is not ours invention also. So we are taking the benefit of this rishi effort and we are guiding the social this thing management here. So Jyotisha is also one type of social management. So I request all of you to kindly consider the Karakatvas along with the Karaka and find out. And before completing this, I will give you a few hints on how to find out what is the positive management in a horoscope and what will be the negative management in the horoscope. To consider whether the person is going to manage things properly or not properly, we should need some clues. So what is the clue? So again we have to go for a grahas here. So we are considering the Karakatvas from the Bhava, and the effect we are using by analyzing the influence of the grahas on each bhava. So the grahas we are broadly classified into many categories. Out of that I am going to explain you with one category, means benefic and malefic. So grahas are classified natural benefics and natural malefics, likewise functional benefic and functional malefic. So here the management, if positive management is there in the positive side, you one thing need not to worry. A successful individual will never consult an astrologer. Only unsuccessful mismanagement people only will come to an astrologer. Hence, you please concentrate only on the natural malefics and the functional malefics. So when the natural malefics occupies any house, we observed in the chart. In a chart, you just consider what are the houses occupied by the natural malefics. That houses needs more attention because the maximum mismanagement will be there in the particular house. Likewise, functional malefics. What is the functional malefics? For 2 and 7 lords, 6, 8, 12 lords, and Balaka. So this is they are called the functional malefics. Just observe the functional malefics. Where and all they are posited in the chart. Functional malefics. If they are posited in the particular house, you be concentrate on the particular house, and you, there are chances of mismanagement in the particular house. And the crucial time is when the functional malefic that itself become the functional natural malefic becomes the functional malefic. This is very important. When the natural malefics becomes functionally malefic also, that house needs more attention. So this lot of mismanagements will be there. By considering these natural malefics and the functional malefics, one can understand this mismanagement, where it is going to happen, when it is going to happen. After that, you can consider the Dasha Bhukti, Gochara. Whether it is happening in the Dasha Bhukti, it is a longer period. When it is in Gochara, it depends on the transitory period of the particular planet. Likewise, one can analyze the self-management or management of this his entire dealings in his lifetime with the help of astrology. This is called self-management through Astro Insight. So, thank you very much for all of you for kindly watching my speech. I thank